Hi everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel and another 13 days of Craftoween 2025 video. This is day 5. So for day 5, we're going to start by opening up our 13 days of Craftoween box, grabbing our day 5 envelope, and today we have the adorable little spider. Now, for whatever reason, for any Harry Potter fans out there, this reminds me of Aragog. Totally. I hope I said the spider's name right, which absolutely terrifies me in the movies, by the way. I'm not a big spider fan, but this spider is creepy cute or spooky cute, whatever we want to call it. So I, again, am using the spider web die. This is a press plate. We're glimmering it with black opaque foil on some grasshopper green cardstock here. Look how good that looks. I absolutely love that you can glimmer your press plates. Then we're going to go around the edges of our panel with rustic wilderness and black soot before doing a little bit of spattering with some of the sparkle silk product from Spellbinders, or any kind of white splatter will work here, or any other kind of sparkle type of product. Now, my goal with my videos during Craftoween are to give you a 10-minute or around 10-minute video each day throughout the rest of August here, hopefully providing lots of inspiration for making your own Halloween cards, as well as incorporating lots of other products from my stash to just encourage you to shop your stash and see what you can make with the products from the box, or with things that you may already own. Maybe it just jumpstarts your creativity with your own Halloween stash. I have die cut all of the components for our spider today, and I did die cut the top layer of the spider from Anchor cardstock, and I did go around the edges. It does help make him a little darker, but not as dark as the black layer, if that makes sense. And then, you know, he's a cute spider, so we're giving him some little pink rosy cheeks with one of the detail blending brushes from Spellbinders and some Worn Lipstick Distress Oxide ink. We're going to go ahead and put together our spider here, and I love his little top hat. This definitely gives him a very cute, less creepy look. So we're going to have our base layer be white, the middle layer is black, and then our top layer is that anchor that we have inked and given some rosy cheeks to. The legs are very easy to put together, as well as you can just place them right along the curve on each side of the spider's body, and I've die cut those from some black glitter cardstock. He's really fun. Honestly, just the spider on the web with a sentiment is about all you need. It is a really, really cute spider, I guess, if we can call spiders cute. Next, I have the top hat. I did go with purples and greens. The green to tie into the green of our background, and the purple because I'm loving purple and green this year. These two colors I've used a lot. The purple is Violet from Spellbinders, and the green is actually Grasshopper from Concord and Ninth. So that's where all of my cardstock came from here. Now, as much as I love the little top hat, we need to make this a little bit more cute. And if you watched my day 4 video yesterday, I did an acetate window, and we're actually going to do an acetate window again today. I have die cut my window from the Notched Corner Frames dies, and we're going to do a very similar technique. I find myself reaching for similar techniques. I go in phases. This is my current favorite technique with the layered, kind of matted, framed up look. Sometimes with an acetate window, sometimes without, but we are going to use the acetate window so we can stamp our greeting on here today. I'm not making it a shaker card, and everything is inside of the acetate window, not on the outside. I have die cut components from my Faux embroidered pumpkin set from Spellbinders. This was a part of my collection, Nichole's needlework, that had an embroidery hoop and things, but you've seen me use this multiple times, and you'll still see me use it multiple times throughout my 13 days of Craftoween and beyond for fall crafting. I think it's a very usable set without the embroidery hoop. So sometimes You'll notice that throughout all of my videos in this series, I am mixing and matching. I am taking pumpkins from sets, skulls from sets, eyeballs from sets, whatever it might be, things that I think will work together to make your card. And I want to encourage you, if nothing else during this series, to shop your stash and find ways to utilize those components, maybe in ways they weren't originally intended, but there are no rules saying you cannot just take one or two pieces from a set and use them with something completely new or use them on their own. And this is one of those. This pumpkin is a fantastic size. The florals are darling. They're tiny, so they work really well with a lot of the other components throughout this series when you're building little scenes. So we're going to glue the background right on our card. We're going to glue the frame portion to the matted black portion. We're going to glue the hat to the top of our spider, and I am going to pop up our spider with foam adhesive. The pumpkins are going to be layered down in that bottom right corner, and I love the little pop of color that they add to this card. So we're going to layer two of those pumpkins. I did take my detail blending brushes and add a little bit of inking to these, but not really to the flowers or the leaves. They're really tiny. I just felt the pumpkins needed a little bit more dimension. Then we're going to add an assortment of beautiful florals, and one of my favorite color combinations, so remember, I'm really into the green and the purple for some of my Halloween this year. I love Orchid and Mulberry as well as the violet. So my florals are Orchid, Mulberry, and Tuscan. That's the yellow. And I love how all of those colors work together against the greens here. Just add a beautiful pop of color to our card. So we've adorned the hat with some florals. We added some little white dots to the cheeks of our spider. And I am going to kind of round out with a few additional florals. There is one little swirly gold piece that was left over from a previous card. I think I'll add it here in just a second. It is not from my Faux embroidered pumpkin set. It's actually from the Scarecrow. I think it was a set last, I want to say August or September. It's this piece right here. That was just in my bin of leftover die cut pieces. If you ever have leftover die cuts, save them. You never know when you might reach for them. I have actually reached for them several times during my 13 days of Craftoween cards. They come in very handy when you maybe just need a little something extra. And so I use that piece up, and it's always nice to be able to use up the things you have. Next, we are lining up Creepin' It Real this Halloween. That's the perfect sentiment for this spider, don't you think? And I'm using my favorite white StazOn ink on this acetate panel. This acetate panel is a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch panel from Hero Arts. These are my absolute favorite because if you're going to create an all over like card front shaker, or in this case, just an acetate frame or cover, kind of like a glass in a frame, they don't require trimming down, and I'm basically lazy crafter, so I like to use those. Finally, no card is complete without a scattering of gems. We've got some Orchid and Peridot gems. We're going to embellish the centers of the florals, maybe add a few scattered gems throughout as well. We always need a few gems, and Spellbinders gems are my absolute favorite. I know I've told you guys this over and over if you follow me. They come in all the colors. They come in the sizes I love, even the big ones. But I love the teeny tiny ones. We're going to go ahead and put some foam back behind the frame, place that right over the top, and our card is complete. Thank you guys so much for joining me for the 13 days of Craftoween Day 5. The supplies I used are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Be sure to join me tomorrow for Day 6. Thank you so much for joining me today for another paper crafting tutorial. I love being able to share with this incredible community of crafters. I want to give a huge shout out and special thank you to my amazing Patreon members. If you're interested in joining Patreon, please click the link in the description underneath the video here on YouTube. Patreon is a private community where you can support more of what I do. There is exclusive content, information, and behind-the-scenes content. Top-tier members will receive a handmade birthday card during your birthday month, access to D-Stash, and monthly exclusive lives, plus so much more. We would love to have you join our growing community.